self-destruct, you'll be in trouble. So for this video, I would strongly recommend you to mute your Amazon Echo devices. Hey guys, today we are talking about Amazon Echo devices. Now this will apply to any, I know there is a Show 8-inch device in here, but this video will apply to any Amazon devices because we're going to use NodeRED and Alexa-Remote2 to play about and see what is it capable and talk about that one thing it can't do. So in case you wonder, why would you need Alexa-Remote2 on your NodeRED server? First of all, why wouldn't you? Alexa-Remote2 allows you to trigger everything that you would with a voice command, so that's the first benefit. And the second interesting use case is if you have devices that are not compatible with NodeRED by default, that means pretty much all of them, unless you hack them, then you can still trigger them thanks to Alexa. So if the device is compatible with Amazon services, you will be able to use NodeRED and Alexa Remote to trigger them. And lastly, we're going to talk in detail about one feature that is missing and I've replaced with Notify Me. It's linked in here. So with that said, I guess we're gonna start the boring part, which is looking at NodeRED screen and going through every single option that Alexa NodeRED has to offer. And believe me, there is a lot of options. So put your seatbelts on and let's get started. And just a side note, for this video I've included chapters so you don't have to scroll through the entire video to find the part you want. You're welcome. Before we get started, if you're wondering why do I have groups in here, is you have to update your NodeRED to 1.1. Just click on this video to see new features in the NodeRED if you don't already have groups, and you can use them from group section in here. So because we're gonna speak about Alexa devices, I would suggest you to mute this Alexa devices around you because I'm going to use the wake word quite a bit today. So for this particular video, I'm not going to mute myself each time because it's gonna be very annoying. We're gonna start by installing it. So obviously I have it installed. You have to go to Palette Manager, go to Install and look for a node-red-contrib-alexa-remote2. Now, once you have this installed, there's a couple of things that we have to take care of first. Obviously, create an account. So if you're just going to go to initialize node, because that's how you have to start with an initialized node, you have to create Alexa account. Now, in Alexa account, just provide the IP for your NodeRED server, port, which is 3456, refresh date, 3 is fine. Then auto init, set it to off because we're gonna initialize via NodeRED, and then provide information about your service host and designed services, language services. So for me it's UK, and UK. On my website you'll find information about other servers that you can enter, for example America or Germany. Okay, let's authorize ourselves on the Amazon services, so let's push it. And you'll see that you've got prompt to open this in a web browser. You can grab this from a debug node. So let's go to debug node. And can I have it in? Oh, I would have to get the debug node here. Connect, not this. Come on. Oh, there you go. It's in the debug node now, so I can copy, open new window, and provide your Amazon credentials. Okay, once you're logged in, you'll see the confirmation that you are ready to go. So I'm just waiting for this proxy script and I have my cookie stored. Now the cookie is stored in a context. So if you go to Flow, refresh it, you're gonna have your cookie stored in here. Come on, cookie, you're supposed to be here. Where is it? I didn't deploy the changes, I guess. There we go. We have our cookie in here. Okay, so we are authenticated. We can start using it. And the first thing that we're gonna talk about is the on-device activity. Whenever something happens on Alexa devices, they will send you an information about it. It doesn't happen for every single event, but for example, when you have a failed voice search, so let's press the voice search button. Let's unmute it. Press the voice search and fail it, and you'll see on the debug that it will display the information about the failed voice search from bedroom in these circumstances. Discarded non-device directed intent. It will tell you a lot of different information to what happened, and that's not going to be limited only to voice searches. It's going to be about different actions that Alexa is performing, including media playback, progress, so you can volume change. For example, let's try a volume change in here. Let's deploy this, delete this, and I'm just gonna change the volume. There you have, I have a volume set at 70. It's not muted. Now if I'm gonna mute, it should post about it maybe as well. No, just the volume change. That's the mute is gonna be from different. Oh no, that's muted for the volume, not for the microphone. So there you go. That's how it works. And the list is quite significant. So you have information about anything really that's happening in Alexa ecosystem. So if you want NodeRED to respond to something that happened on Alexa, chances are you're going to be playing about with different information from this and getting it to your NodeRED system. That's how this works, and that's how you should utilize it. Okay, so the next step is a smart home control, and that's going to be mostly self-explanatory. So let's open it up. Go on. You will see that we have a couple of actions. So you have a get query action, discover and forget. Obviously, discover is to force Alexa to look for new devices. Forget is to forget a device that I found. And then we have a get query in action. Forget to get something, we're gonna get information about a device on a network. So for example, I can get anything about a single device or group, entities, etc., and get that information to the system. So let's give it a go. Let's deploy this. And there we go. Those are my devices right now connected to Alexa. And as you can see, there's plenty. So let's have a look at it. What you could do. You could get quite a bit of information for every single device. I'm not going to go over every single thing in here, but you can get the idea behind it. Now you can action devices as well. So let's maybe play with my curtains. So I'm gonna get a action, select office curtains. They are somewhere here, isn't it? Office window, and we can turn it to 50%, right? Done, deploy, and my window is gonna go down. You should be able to hear this. Oh, it's not the, come on. My NodeRED has been acting up today, and okay, that's great. And let's do it. Now the advantage of this over other functions that support actually smart group is that you can chain link commands, so you can create your unique takes on what automations you want to play at once. You don't have to issue voice controls to connect them from NodeRED. So if you have a gadget that doesn't support external features or doesn't have an API, you can just use this to trigger it from NodeRED if it's connected to Alexa. Now there's also there's a query I've mentioned, is to kind of get a state of the device and figure out what its device doing. That's pretty much all it is. Okay, we can move into a routine node, which is here, and routine allows you to do a lot of different things. So I've got you can force it to speak at a certain volume, etc. So let's go through some more of the important actions that you can use. Speak at the volumes happens in 3 different flavors. So you have a regular, SSML, and announcement. Announcements are just, just a short announcement to each device. If you want, we can try it. Hello. Or maybe not, because my partner is working on, and he would prompt her as well. So let's try SML. SML stands for Speech Synthesis Markup, and I have a link on my website, so check out the website. I'll have a code already for you. So if you go in here, paste the code, it will speak according to a different markup. So for example, if you want to spell out, you want to say something as cardinals and etc. instead of a number, let's try out. Done, deploy, and which one's gonna be talking? Because I forgot. That's the wrong node. This one, sorry. So open it up. My bedroom is going to be speaking. So this is the Alexa dot in a.
Here is a number read as a cardinal number, 12,345. Here is a word spelled out, HELLO.
There you go, and you'll see that my listener is listening here, so I'm supplying what just happened, so the device was saying stuff, and you can access that information in here. So I'm just going to disable this and leave it that way. Okay, let's take a look at other options that are available. So we know what speak up and speak at volumes are exactly the same, but you can set the volume, which is very useful if you don't want everything to scream at you. Another thing is wait and stop. Now, wait action causes to stop something from executing. So, for example, if I'm gonna make Alexa speak something long, there is like the definition on Wikipedia playing a music, I can make it pause for a couple of seconds, so I could interrupt it and send another action. Stop obviously will just ask as a stop command and it will stop whatever just happening. Now, prompt and phrase, those are predefined responses or phrases that Alexa supports. So, for example, if you, let's have a look at, I don't know, a joke. Let's see if Alexa has a sense of humor today.
What's the best Christmas present in the world?
I don't know.
A broken drum. You just can't beat it.
That's a dad joke. Okay, and from a phrase is just a small confirmation, so you can get like a compliment, let's say on my office device. So we can use maybe a screen. So let's go to the screen. Let's go on, switch over, go.
On a scale from 1 to 10, you're an 11.
Well, apparently I'm an 11. So what else do we have in here? So we have a sound control, so you can play specific sounds for your device. Can I do meow on bedroom? Okay, let's do meow on bedroom and see what's gonna happen. Oh, that's creepy. So you have a certain sounds, you can set the volume, and you can control a music or start music playback. Now the fine control is going to go in a different node, but if you want to start playback, this is the way to go. So you can choose Amazon Music. Let's, I don't know, name and, okay, Regina Spector. Okay, and let's try to play the music. It's gonna be very loud, and I'm gonna immediately stop it so the copyright wouldn't get me. So let's do this, and let's.
I couldn't find the songs you requested. Shuffling songs by Regina Spektor on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop.
You are my sweet
Alexa, stop. Okay, panic is over, so you can start a playback. If you can't find specific song, then it will bring you an artist, and duration is define a session. So by default, Amazon's going to limit you to a certain X number of minutes, or whatever it is, but you can actually change this by specifying duration in seconds, how long you want playback to last. It's very useful if you just want to have a music for 10 minutes before you go to bed. Okay, what else we have there? We have a smartphone. Smart home, sorry, smartphone's gonna be in a second. Smart home. The difference only is that you can't chain link the devices, so we're not going to go over this. Launch skill, pretty explanatory. So if you have like a skill, for example, I don't know, ambient sounds, and you want to play it at certain things, then just do it, or you can create your own skill. I have a tasker skill in here, and you can launch it as well from NodeRED. Execute routine. So for example, if you have a routine, you can execute it without using a voice command, very handy. Push notification, and this is probably the most one I'm going to have a rant about, because you can send a push notification to a phone. So let's try this. I've got it to a phone, and if you have an Alexa installed, it'll just give you that notification. Let me just show you that on screen here. There you go. All I have to do is just to deploy this now. And within a moment you have a nice notification, which is nice and everything, but you can't issue this to other devices. So for example, it doesn't work for either screen-based devices or just the normal speaker devices, which is slightly disappointing. I have to refer back to Notify Me. If you want to know about Notify Me, it's here to issue just plain notification that's going to be waiting. You can kind of cheat this with reminders, but you have to check the time, select the time which is about a minute ahead, and it's not perfect. So the only way really to get nice notifications right now is with Notify Me, and I wish they would introduce this to Alexa-Remote2. Okay, so what else we have in here? Let's take a look. So we have a node, so you can create like complicated systems using different actions. So you can have speak something, then wait, then play some music, then make a sound, and then execute routine in a single node. So it will save you some time, but that's what it is. And custom is when you just know the payload you want to submit that defines your action and submit that over. That's all it is. So with that said, we're gonna move to media and audio control, something that is probably very interesting for everyone if you like using Echo devices to play music. So obviously you have a couple of things. It's not just music controls, because you will be able to get information about the music, connect to specific speakers, etc., which is really, really cool. So first it's just to get a media query of whatever is playing. So if you're interested in displaying this, you can use that to display that on the dashboard, etc. Music commands are slightly messy, to be honest. So if you go to music commands, you can choose your music commands, but the device you're acting upon, it gets complicated whether you use a group or whether you use individual devices that are in a group. So for the sake being, I've kind of transitioned away from pairs and into individual speakers. So that way I can control the playback better. Bluetooth, it is possible to use the devices to actually get and connect to specific speakers. So I can, let's go back. I can connect to my speaker in a bedroom, and that way I can force its connection and disconnect it using NodeRED as well. It's good if you just have a handy controller to do it. So you can direct the Amazon controls this way. You don't have to tell Alexa to control to a specific speaker before you start playback. You just press one button and it will does that automatically. And rename delete is just that, to delete certain devices. Do not disturb to enable do not disturb, and alarm volume, well, you guessed it, to control alarm volume. We can move to notifications and reminders, and unfortunately, while you have notifications and reminders, you can't have proper notifications, which is annoying. So let's take a look at what we've got. First, you can get information. So you will query the notifications for you. You can add a list item. So if you have a list, you can create a list. You can add notification. But this is, like I said, this is not this is alarm basically. So let's have a look at this. You have a sample one, and we're gonna do it on my office device. There you go. Deploy it. Okay. You can also change notifications, remove notifications, and check authentications, but those are really based on alarms rather than notifications itself, which is annoying because at the end of the day you won't get that light that tells you that you got notifications and to read the notification. I said notifications way too many times, am I? Okay. And we can move lastly to a list. So you have a specific get list node where you can operate on your list. So you can either add, edit, remove items, or get all list items, or just get all the lists. So if you use Alexa to process list, I've not found any useful uses for that. I have a head for that. Then you can modify anything that you have in there and kind of, just manage the lists, submit the lists from a NodeRED and manage it this way. It's quite convenient. And with that said, you probably now have idea what you could and cannot do with Alexa-Remote2. For additional resources, I would advise you to go to a website, NotEnoughTECH.com, and search for Alexa. You'll find loads of content for Alexa. I hope that wasn't too boring, but I did want to strike a balance between talking about most of the features without making a video horribly wrong. As usual with these things, guys, I do not have a posting schedule. I'll be playing with Alexa Remote for sure with the next project or something. I don't know the release date yet, but this is something I'm definitely interested in. So if you want to find out where that video or article is out, it's best to follow me on social media of your choice. Do it please, because it matters for some reason. Joking. You know how YouTube works and how to enable notifications and how to like my videos. Like them all off now, immediately. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave you with take care and bye.